everyone, welcome back or welcome to the channel. I'm Brie.
And I'm Tori.
Today we are reacting to Jimin's MUSE album.
Or what's left of it.
What's left of the MUSE album. So we have 7 tracks in this album, but we have already heard and reacted to 3. Those would be the Smeraldo Garden Marching Band, Who, and Closer Than This. Closer. Is it Closer Than This?
Yes.
My brain was telling me Closer to This, and I was like, no, that's wrong. Closer Than This. So we have all 3 of those are separate on our channel if you'd like to see those. So that leaves us with 4 songs that we do not know.
And which really sucks because they're like, throughout this album, we like to listen to albums all as one piece to get the full story. But like with Hive and how they do things, they don't really like us listening to like more than 4 songs, or the video will just get blocked. Yeah, we've run into issues before. We've had video up for like a week and it's gotten taken down, and
it's usually more than 4 is when it hits us. So
they're very on it. Yeah, more so than like, I think anyone else we've had on our channel. But so we're just gonna cut our losses, I guess. There, we'll listen to the full album again, of course, on our own time. We will try to keep in mind where the other songs are in place of the album and kind of what the meanings are, so we can hopefully still get that full picture. I do have the entire album pulled up on my phone, and we also kind of got a refresher on those 3 songs that we do know, just so that we can kind of place them in the story. We know that there's definitely some things we would like to get to with those 3 songs: dance practice, acoustic version, things like that. But that will be a separate version or separate video at another time. So come out soon.
So that's kind of why there's only these 4. Hopefully that makes sense. So we've got the lyric videos for everything except for Interlude Showtime. I don't think that one had lyrics. We just have the
I couldn't find
actual song sound. So I think that's it.
We thought it was interesting that they started with an intro and went straight into an interlude.
Yeah. There was like nothing in between. The interlude's usually like in the middle, but it was really interesting. So we're going to go ahead and jump into this album. Thank you for being here. Pause warning just in case. And I think we're just going to go ahead and jump into it. You ready? Okay, so we're starting with the Rebirth intro.
Rising from the ashes.
Ooh.
It's pretty.
Oh, I love that.
You can hear the instruments.
If I'm trying to be special, can I get closer to you? If I'm trying to be special, 너와 눈 맞추면 노래할 수 있게. I'll show you, baby. Oh, I didn't realize. Oh, I didn't think I cared.
Chorus.
Ooh, yeah. Good. So big. Oh.
Closer to you. The choir.
It's gorgeous. Oh. Oh. The gates opening.
It has been a long time since I've heard a good humming outro of a song.
Or just like exquisite. A good like entire choir through a song as well. That was absolutely gorgeous. It was grand. It was full. It was his tone. The vocals were gorgeous. The song was so hopeful.
It really felt like such an intro into
like
allowing all of this this search in I
Like,
really found it interesting that he was saying, like, when I get closer to you, I really want to get closer to you. And we end the album with
Closer to You.
Yeah, with Closer Than This.
Closer Than This.
I can't seem to get the title of that song.
We're just gonna we're also gonna reinvent the title track, not the title, the song name at the end.
But I do find that interesting that seemed to be a very integral lyric of, like, I want to get closer to you, and we end the whole album with Closer Than This, all essentially about being close together.
Yeah.
So that's really cool.
Wow. I mean, this really did. It felt like a rebirth. The choir also didn't help. That didn't help. It helped there as well because it did just feel
very
like,
open and majestic and bright.
Like
and light.
It's a new start.
Yes. Very much a new start.
Wow.
Which, coming from Face, which was exploring a lot of darker themes, we start with this intro that opens up the brightness of this album. Big difference here, and I like that. This was gorgeous. He sounded amazing. I'm not going to get over that choir, though.
It was so pretty. And he's starting over, coming out of the darkness, and now we're going to start our search, right? Mm-hmm. So, wow. Okay, so the next song was the interlude, right?
Yes.
So. Okay. Oh. Oh.
Ooh, I like that.
Like marching band.
Here.
The breath,
He's
the
humming.
Fireworks.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's show.
Jimin. This was in the MV. Right? Was that
and
not?
then it leads into Smeraldo Garden Marching.
Yeah, I think that was that in the intro, I think, or the MV for Smeraldo
Garden
Marching Band.
Yes.
I'm struggling today. We know things.
With it being called Showtime, that was such a, like, circus intro. Like, you could, I felt like I was in the circus tent or the carnival and waiting for the show to come out, and then you hear him take these breaths and start coming into he was starting to hum, and then we have the announcer, Jimin.
The beginning did almost kind of sound a little more like circus feeling, like you were talking about, but to me it felt more like it's like halftime or something. You're sitting at a show. It was the marching band. So with all the cheering and all, and like the marching band sounds to me, I felt like I was sitting in a football field or like a stadium with the band that's like out doing, you know, I was right there with you because I was thinking, well,
I was in the tent of the circus.
I was too in the beginning, and then I'm like, oh, that's the marching band, and then I was transported. So that was fun. But still, it's so interesting that it went from intro to
the interlude. Yeah. Well, now it's Showtime, and so then we go into Smeraldo Garden Marching Band, which had the message essentially of being honest and true with your feelings. We have the Smeraldo, that story of hiding behind the mask, but in this case, it was being honest and just going for it, laying it all out there, which I think is a really interesting official start to the album of like, all right, now it's time to be honest, so that he can kind of
it's the rebirth. We're changing things, right? Yeah. So, I mean, I remember the day that I was born. I was like, all right, Showtime, and that's been ever since. It's been game on. It's a little
weird. I just keep thinking, coming from Face too, like the difference, the growth. Like Face really was sort of exploring those darker themes, and that's
darker, grittier, more raw. This sounds very
the vulnerable sides of the darker sides of your mind. And then coming from this, he's like, you know what? All right, it's time to stop hiding behind these masks and this. Like, let's be honest with their feelings. And so now I'm really curious where we're gonna go from there.
I was gonna say these two and the ones we've heard, they just sounds so much more like upbeat and I guess it just gives you a happy vibe. Mm-hmm. I feel like this album, from what we've heard from it so far, yes.
I feel very inspired and hopeful.
Inspired. That's a
so
good
we
one.
would
that makes sense. MUSE inspired.
Yeah. We would go into Smeraldo Garden Marching Band, but like we said, we have that in a separate video, and so now we're going into Slow Dance, which is featuring Sophia Carson. I do recognize that name. You'll have to let me know where from, but I do recognize that name.
Guitar.
I just wanna slow dance, baby. You can take my hand. 서두르지 마, 그저 우리 템포를 내려. 너와 나만의 favorite song. Slow dance, 이거 마지막.
Is that what he says? So hold on. So it's the way he says dance, and then how he ends on romance.
Slow dance, 이거 마지막 romance. 언제까지나 너의 손을 놓지 않을게. 함께 부르는 favorite song. Cheek to cheek. I feel your heartbeat on mine. 따스한 melody. 그 리듬에 맞춰 extra mind.
That drum.
The run.
나도 모르는 그 사이에 어느새 너의 미소만 가득 찬 내 맘 숨길 수 없잖아. Come on, come on a little closer. 내 맘의 별은 오직 너야. 오직 너야. I just wanna slow dance, baby. You can take my hand. 서두르지 마, 그저 우리 템포를 내려. 너와 나만의 favorite song. Slow dance, 이거 마지막 romance. 언제까지나 너의 손을 놓지 않을게. 함께 부르는 favorite song. Yeah. Oh, wanna rush, now let's take it slow, yeah. Let me get to know you. Falling for you at the speed of light.
The echo.
Give it time. Baby, it's you and me. Got something so real. Oh my, really close
Ooh.
through the night. We could touch the sky, yeah. Couple hours, oh God. So take my hand, cause we can't get enough. What you say, baby? Come on, come on, come on, come on.
Ooh, the instruments.
Trumpet. Oh.
Oh, perfect. Don't fade away. Stay.
All I could think of is dancing cheek to cheek and Tay singing that. What is he saying? Oh.
Okay, first of all, that was a very beautiful collaboration. I really liked the way the two of them
Sounded together?
Yeah, went together. I really enjoyed that.
They both have, I was thinking the same thing. They both have very, voices that have a lot of flair.
A lot of
but
flair.
They're very different flares.
And, I mean, of course, we know this about Jimin. I don't know Sophia Carson as well, but they both are really good at playing on, the breathiness, that sort of, bouncing around in the higher range of their voices. I'd say for lyrics, though, I was getting very much a very caring, important connection that these two have. Not wanting to let that go, just living in the moment, living with the music. The point you're even feeling your heartbeat. It just seemed like such a, loving relationship. Is what I got from that.
This album has felt really free.
Yeah, it's the kind where all you want to do is just dance. Just hold on to that person and just dance and just go. And you don't care about anything else that's happening except the connection that you have there. Very freeing of like, nothing else matters. Let's just
I
you
do
and
what
I.
want. Like, just Jimin's like, I guess his like almost like attitude or the feeling I get from him from this album, it just seems very light and very like freeing, I guess.
Yes. Okay. So Caught Up in a Romance. I really liked all of the references to like music, tempo, dancing. Like I liked a lot of that happening. And I want to hear them sing together more.
Yeah, me too.
Anyway. Okay. So I think we would have, let me look again. Oh my goodness. So we have Slow Dance, and then we go straight into Be Mine, which will be our last one for this video, because after that would be Who and Closer Than This.
Okay.
So we're on our last one for our video, and then we'll kind of talk about how.
Wait, we only have one song left?
Yeah. We did the
This just felt
intro,
so
Showtime, Slow Dance, and now we have Be Mine.
This just felt so short. Speaking of also, there were 7 tracks, which I thought was
Very
an amazing number.
pointed. Yes. It's a great
Love
number.
the number
7.
7. It's on mute.
I know that.
Hello? Moving. What?
Okay. Oh, he looks
Yeah,
really good.
yeah,
Okay, all
yeah.
right, let's do it.
Oh. Ooh.
Ooh, it's giving
Ooh.
giving like a Spanish influence, Latin influence.
Ooh.
Shoot, I love that.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Dang.
Ooh. Oh, I'm obsessed.
That is gorgeous. That guitar too.
Ah.
Oh. Ooh, those layered vocals.
Oh, I love this so much. The track just dropped out. Ooh, the woes. Ah. That was spicy.
That was so good and so spicy. As it's spicy.
I'm mad that we don't have like a part 2 or something. We can't keep going. I actually kind of am. I'm like, ugh.
I really enjoy. I love the different sounds we took on this album because with Who as well, which would be coming up next, gave that sort of like nostalgic like guitar that we started with. He's gone in so many different genres, but they're all just so fitting for him. Like he just sounds incredible on all of them. I really enjoyed the lyrics again, like exploring more of that connection, that love, that desire to be close to someone or something. We've used the word romance and a lot. The lyrics specifically use the words romance quite often in these songs. I don't know if we're specifically talking about MUSE as a person romantically, or if it's kind of just using that as a metaphor
life passion
for something that you love and are connected to, because I could see it going both ways with that. We could interpret that with Jimin. I feel it very much. It could be exploring things like the inspiration, things that give him love and joy. With that being music, because he also mentions music a lot in the songs, the marching band, we have the dancing, all of those things that are very important to him. So
this one, he kind of just seemed like he was sinking into it and he was asking to be shown.
Yes.
And then like in Who, we were questioning who or where.
Who's that? Who is it? Where are they? I'm waiting for them to come find that missing piece of my heart.
And then, and Closer Than This was very much sound like, I think it was an ARMY track, or if it wasn't, it sounded like it. And he was also talking about it sounded very personal too, that song. So I think it's really interesting that that's kind of like where we ended up at the end of this like search.
We end up saying like, no matter what, I'll always come back and we'll always be close.
Yeah.
And I think there was a lot of interpretation about that being for ARMY, which I also think could be a very important muse for Jimin. Not saying it's his only muse, but I do think that could be a very important
big part of his
inspiration and
passion.
Yeah. And so I think the entire theme of the album, kind of with that theme of love and closeness, connectedness, I really enjoy being able to think of that on a very like light level, but also very deep.
Freeness, but like searching and I don't know. I like this album. I like the tone of this album. I just thought it was such a pretty journey to go on.
Yeah. So like we said, if you're wondering why we only had these 4 tracks, please check out the intro where we talk about that. We do want to see sort of like the Who dance practice acoustic version, so that will be a different video at a later time. But thank you guys so much for watching this with us. Let us know how you feel about the album, which songs are resonating with you, what your interpretation of the songs in the album are. If Jimin has said something that we've missed, please let us know.
Yeah.
We love you so much, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.